Addressing the nation on Monday night for the first time after the ceasefire between India and Pakistan, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that India had drawn new red lines on terror emanating from Pakistan and underlined that India had just suspended Operation Sindoor because Pakistan rushed to the world after suffering damage and that it would closely watch the activities of Pakistan. He's also made it abundantly clear that Operation Sindoor is India's policy against terror and India will hit back if a terror attack is orchestrated against the nation. Despite this, Pakistan, though, continues to toot its horn in delusion. Well, in Jutistan, clearly, of course, Pakistani media is brainwashing its people in the world with its botched up headlines and string of lies. Well, let's in fact show you what the headlines, of course, in Pakistan are these days. What is the propaganda that the Pak media is taking to mislead its public? So you can see over here, this is what Geo News is, of course, saying. Once again, their ISPR DG, they are reiterating as saying that India sought ceasefire, not Pakistan. Losses are part of combat, says India, on downing of jets by Pakistan. They're trying to focus on that particular aspect of the press conference by India's DGMOs. Meanwhile, Army issues details of anti-India operation, names days-long conflict as Marka-e-Haq. That's what Pakistan is choosing to call it. Also, Pakistan-India DGMOs discuss ceasefire to consider. Could we please go back to that original slide before we complete the news? Thank you. Pakistan-India DGMOs discuss ceasefire to consider troops reduction from borders. Meanwhile, political leaders respond to Modi's speech after ceasefire. That's the big headline of Geo News, saying Asif saying Modi speaks like defeated gambler. Siddiqui says Indian PM admitted humiliating defeat. Where has all of this come from? Where did the Prime Minister of India even say something like this? Well, clearly it seems that Pakistan's leaders also, not just its media, but leaders also are in complete delusion. So this is, of course, what the Geo News page looks like. Meanwhile, what is the Express Tribune having to say? Here you can see, of course, their big headlines. The first focus, of course, there, Shehbaz Sharif announces financial aid for victims of Indian aggression. PM declares Yom-e-Marka-e-Haq on May 10th to mark Operation Victory. Pakistan, again, clearly living in a complete delusion, as you can see there, trying to celebrate where there is no reason to for them, unfortunately. Also, Pakistan Army continues. Okay, we are obviously going very, very fast on these slides. You can see that Pakistan today also has put out another big headline there. Irrefutable evidence proves India waging cross-border terrorism against Pakistan. DG ISPR united across political military lines to respond to Indian aggression, says Dar. Obviously, a state quote there by Ishaq Dar. So those are some headlines in Pakistan. ARY News, meanwhile, has this to say: Pakistan denies Indian claims of drone intrusions across LOC. Once again, Pakistan lying to their public that no drones cross the border, whereas the visuals, of course, clearly tell the story. Pak-India DGMOs discuss ceasefire in hotline talks. Kashmir water on agenda in any India-Pakistan talks, says Khwaja Asif. Meanwhile, their Finmin says conflict with India won't have a fiscal impact. Another headline here from The Nation: Pakistan denies violating ceasefire with India. Obviously, they are trying to run away from that news. Ceasefire secures a pause, not peace, between India and Pakistan. Meanwhile, Pakistan and India agreed to ceasefire after missile attacks. World leaders welcome Pak-India ceasefire, is what they're trying to say. Of course, you can see a photo there of Vikram Misri, because remember, he's the one who had targeted Pakistan for breaching their agreement. Sama has this to say: PM declares May 10th as Marka-e-Haq Day, announces huge package for martyrs. Indian Army rejects media reports of Pakistani drone flights. Modi again threatens Pakistan with war. Operation suspended, not ended. Clearly, of course, Pakistan very rattled by what our PM has had to say. Meanwhile, PM calls all parties conference over post-ceasefire strategy. That's something that is happening in Pakistan's political circles. So these, of course, the big developments coming in. Colonel T.P. Tyagi